love to ease my mind. I need to find someone to call mine, but Mama said, can't hurry, love. No, you just have to wait. She said, love will come easy. It's a game of give and take. Can't hurry, love. No, you just have to wait. You gotta trust, give it time, no matter how long it takes. How many heartaches must I stand before I find the time? Yeah, right now the only thing that keeps me hanging on when I feel my strength is almost gone. I remember Mama said, no, you just have to wait. She said love don't come easy. It's a game of give and take. How long must I wait? How much more can I take before loneliness will cause my heart to break?
Hey guys, y'all see me acting silly on the weekend? Hey, this is Angie and I'm coming back with another video. Last time I talked specifically to the young men, boys, and this video I'm going to talk to young women only. And that song was by Diana Ross and the Supremes. I love that song. It is so upbeat and fun. And a lot of our moms say that, right? You know, about love. Like, you know, take your time and you can't hurry. And it's true. And so that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So, for young ladies, I wanted to talk to you about taking time in your life to not hurry into situations. You know, a lot of times we can just really hurry up and try to get our life moving as young women, which you should be motivated to do things like, you know, to go to the next level in your life. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying don't be motivated. I'm saying some things we want to hurry up. You know, we want to, when you're a little girl, you want to hurry up and become a preteen. When you get to be preteen, you want to hurry up and become a teenager. And you want to hurry up and become a young lady and a grown woman, and on and on. And sometimes we don't learn to enjoy those stages in life. And those stages are very important, even when you're young. You know, even when you're young, those stages of growth for a young woman are very important. You are learning a lot about yourself. You're learning about your body. You're learning about self-esteem. You're learning about the world around you, how people behave, how people react. And you learn how to react and behave in a certain mannerism. So we want to take some time tonight and talk about not hurrying stages, but receiving those stages as they're coming into your life. And listening to, if you had a good mom who said, hey, don't be so quick to want to grow up. You know, when I was a young girl, the older women would say, don't be fast. You know, now if I said to my daughters today, they'll be like, what? What does that mean? We assume everybody understands that lingo, but excuse me, everybody doesn't understand the lingo. Like, we don't understand all of you guys' lingo. I have to ask my daughters, like, what is on flick? What does that mean? And they'll tell me, oh mom, you know, don't wear anything that says that. That's not something you want to wear, or whatever. They'll tell me certain things. So I don't understand. Your parents and people in my generation may not understand all of you guys' lingo, and so you don't understand all of ours. So I'll try to explain certain things. But when the older women during my time when I was a girl, they would say, oh, that young lady is being, you know, she's being fast. And they would say about the guys, oh, he's being mannish. You know, so if you were being fast, that means you were taking things too quickly in life like you were trying to grow up too quickly, like, you know, you were moving too fast. You know, you needed to slow down in some things. Mostly it would talk about a young girl with guys. You know, she's being fast, you know, with these guys and stuff. She's being too womanly at an early age. And then in the guy, if they would say mannish, it would mean the same thing. Like, he's a woman, a girl may say, not a woman, a girl, but a lady may say, well, he's a mannish little boy. You know, it's like, you know, he's acting too grown for his age. And that's something you don't want to do, because there's no need for you to hurry and try to become something that you aren't mentally ready for, emotionally ready for, you're not stable for. And you know, when you try to do those things and you're not at that level in your life, you bring a lot of heartache and you bring a lot of stress and trouble into your life at early ages. Like young people who start having sex at early ages, or they'll start drinking, or anything that kind of gets you from your innocence at one level and catapults you into a totally different environment and level that maybe you weren't ready for at that time. You know, take your time. You can't hurry. Young lady, you don't need to hurry. What's your hurry? What's your hurry to kiss someone? You know, you're 12 years old, and you may have the hormones. Of course, that's normal. Those hormones, those feelings are normal feelings for a normal person. But just because you have those feelings doesn't mean that you need to act on that. You don't need to go out looking for somebody. Okay, well, all my friends have kissed at 12 years old, so I'm going to go and find somebody to kiss so that I can say I've done the same thing. Why? Why do you need to do the same things just because your friends have done that? It's not going to make you feel any better about anything, you know. And on top of that, now you're going to be possibly manipulating and misusing somebody else, because now you brought somebody else into that equation. And so don't hurry. Don't hurry, love. Take your time. You know, wait. When things like that happen, it'll be natural. It'll be peaceful. It'll be beautiful. It won't be something you have to push and coerce, you know, just to say that you did it. And then if you start like that, then the next thing now you have to say, well, this friend had sex at 14. I need to do that too. This friend had a baby at 16. Do you want a baby at 16 too? I'm just saying, I mean, don't hurry your life along the path. You know, with each stage comes responsibility. Right now, young lady, you need to be thinking about, how can I be responsible for my body? How can I be responsible for the things that I'm saying out of my mouth? What's coming out of your mouth? How can you be responsible for how you act and react to things? That's something better for you to work on at this time in your life, 12 years old, till in your late 20s. You know, young ladies, young women, we do not need to be copycatting off of the things that you see on television. If somebody makes you upset, you take something and throw at them, or you throw water or something in their face, or you just start swinging and fighting, and that is horrible behavior. I don't care what show it comes on. It could be in any culture at any time. It's terrible behavior for anybody. You know, this is not the WWF, where if somebody makes you mad, you just jump off the top of the cage and dive on them. You know, that's not how you handle conflict. And I don't want you young ladies to think that And I've seen young ladies, imitate that kind of behavior, and just beat each other to a pulp, a bloody pulp. Young lady, you know what? When you behave like that, nobody is looking up at that. No one is respecting that kind of behavior. No one is thinking that you're intelligent. No one's thinking that you've got a bright future. No one is thinking that you're valuable and you're moving forward in your life. When you behave like that, it's wrong. And if nobody else has told you that that kind of behavior is wrong, I'm going to tell you that it's wrong. Now, do we all get angry at sometimes? Sure. If you didn't get angry, you would not be a human being. You get angry, you dislike things, and you should. You should dislike wrongdoing. You should dislike being treated unfairly. You should dislike when people disrespect you, or something went wrong at school that day and you couldn't get it resolved and it wasn't your fault, and nobody wants to listen to you and hear your side of the story. They just take somebody else's side and push you aside and don't give you the respect that you deserve as a young person. Just because you're young doesn't mean you don't deserve respect. You deserve respect too, middle schooler, high schooler, college age. You deserve respect also. All human beings deserve respect. We're all the same. We're all from the same race. The human race. The human race we're all from. The human race. You could take blood from any ethnic group of people and take that same blood type and put it in any other ethnic group of people, and they would be able to survive with the same blood type from every human race. So I'm sorry that some people stress that we're all different. Well, we aren't. We may have different looks, but we're pretty much we are the same when it comes to humans. That's how the Creator created us, all humans. It's not one set of humans, one set of aliens, and one set of whatevers, and one set of something else's. Human, period. So I want to talk to you young ladies about respecting yourself. You will feel more humane when you respect yourself and you have guidelines for yourself. And if you're constantly watching things on TV that are putting negative things in your head, well, that's how you're going to behave. You're not going to handle conflict very positively if you're hours and hours out of your week you're watching this, that, and the other. As soon as these ladies get mad, they grab something and start, punching the other person in the head, or they trip them up, or they're very jealous and petty and envious and don't say what they really mean, gossip behind that person's back and talk bad behind them and just have a bunch of drama going. That's not how women act. I'm telling you, this is not how women should be acting. That is TV. That is staged. And I see so many young women behave like that. And I'm sorry that they've set that up as some type of role model. That's not a role model. That's not a role model. That's not teaching you discipline. It's not teaching you any type of self-control. It's not teaching you any value. Yes, they're beautiful, but being beautiful is not a value. Being beautiful is something you can't control. You can't choose your parents. Not one person on this earth can choose their parent or chose their parents. I don't care how beautiful you are, how handsome you are, how tall you are, how smart you are. You didn't choose your parents. You just happened to be there. God put that together. So who you should be thinking is God, and not worshiping yourself and not worshiping those things. It's wonderful to admire. I admire beauty. When I see these beautiful ladies on TV, when I was growing up, we would watch the Miss America pageants, and now they have all the different other pageants around the world for other women. And you know, we watch the shows, the model shows. I watched them with my daughters when they were growing up. um, and so, you know, those things are nice to watch. It's wonderful to see women that exude that type of beauty, you know, and men also have beauty. But that's not something that we worship. We don't worship that. And so, young ladies, I want to get back to that where we were talking about you having a role model. You know, you can't take all these shows literal and say, okay, this is how I should behave. That's all you have in your mind. No, your brain can compute. Your brain can analyze. Your brain can understand way more than this stuff that's on TV that dumbs down your thinking. You can't even think because this stuff just dumbs you down. You just sit there and you stare. You just stare, you know, and you don't really think. Now, I understand some programs you may like and you just like to unwind. They may be funny. They may be this. But I want you to ask yourself when you're watching the next program, young lady, your next favorite program, I want you to ask yourself something. What message I want you to write it down. What message did I just get from this program? I want you to write down, if you can write down 5 points from that program that you watched. What message did I just get? Did I get the message that it's okay to just have sex flippantly with any guy, long as I've known him for a little while? Or did you just get the message, well, it's okay to just lie, and you know it's a lie, and you know, or it's okay to just mistreat my body with anybody as long as it gets me what I want. It's okay to you know, to let money, long as I'm getting my paper, it's okay to do this. As long as I'm getting that paper, it's all right to do that. You mean to tell me your total self-worth and value as a young woman, all that you have, all that you're created to be, is all about getting paper? That's all the value you have? Well, I beg to differ with you, young lady, with your values. There is no value that you can put on a human life. That's why when people are killed and they die and things, or they're murdered or whatever, it's such a pain. It's excruciating to people. You know why? Because there's no value you can place on a human life. Now, some people may have it in their mind that some people are worth more than other people. Well, I beg to differ. They can't put a price tag on anyone because they didn't create anyone. When you can say you created this earth, you created the world, you created all the people in there, you created all the animals, you created everything, then you could put a value on somebody else's life. Until you can say you are the creator, you have no value that you could put on anybody's life. And don't let people put a value on your life. You're more valuable than money. You're more valuable than just laying your body down and misusing your body and abusing your body. And you young ladies need to get a glimpse of that right now. If you're young and you're elementary, middle school, high school, I want to challenge you to rethink how you think about yourself. Well, you may say, well, Miss Angie, you know, I don't look like this girl. You know, I like her hair. I like her skin tone. You know, I like this. She has a beautiful figure, and all the guys like her, and all the teachers like him, and stuff like that. But you know what? No matter how wonderful you think that person is, they can never be you. I don't care if that person went today and tried to be you, they can never be you. They don't have your talents, your gift, your personality. They don't have your way of talking, your way of communicating. They don't have your love. They don't have who you are. You are you. Admire that person and love yourself. Stop comparing yourself to other people. You're not too dark. Oh, I hear that. That's something that's got to go. That is such a bad mindset. And then you have some people that I used to hear say, I'm too light. I've heard it all, you know. I'm too this. I'm too short. Really? That's not possible. I'm too tall. No, you're tall. You're a human being that's a little taller than other human beings. Big deal. You're a human being that's a little shorter than some human beings. Big deal. You're still a human being. But when you compare yourself to other people and listen to their what do you call it, when people are kind of not down on other people, but they compare themselves to other people. I can't think of the word right now. But, you know, when you listen to other people who do all that comparing to make themselves feel better about themselves, then you start doing the same thing. And then guess what? You miss out on the person who you really are and who you were created to be. I see so many talented and gifted young people, and young people who are really going to go somewhere in the future, who could really be game changers. Even though they may not have a lot of money, their families may not come from a lot of money and everything, but they have what they need within them. It's just like that little seed, that it's a little seed, but it has all this stuff within them. It just needs to be planted and watered and cultivated so it can grow. That's how you are. It has nothing to do with how much money your family has. It has nothing to do with the tone of your skin, the skin color, the length of your hair, the curliness of your hair, the straightness of your hair. That's just your DNA. That's just where you come from. Nothing you can do about it anyway. Yeah, you can go out and have a whole bunch of stuff done to you and whatever, but who you really are is still in your DNA. And that's not going anywhere. There's not a surgery on this earth that's going to change your DNA. So why not learn to love yourselves and love other people also? Now, when I say love other people, I don't mean just let people, do whatever they want to your life. Some people have a mindset, well, if I love other people, I have to just be around everybody who acts like this. No, some people aren't good for your life. They just absolutely are not good, and they know they're not good. But they figure that you don't know that they know that they're not good. So they're going to try to squeeze on up in your life and cause all kind of havoc and cause your life to go down a road that it should not go down. No. You need to be responsible, young lady, to who you let in your life. So many of us young women let anything in their life. But you won't let anybody come in your room, 12-year-old. You don't want your brother in your room, your little sister, your cousin, but you'll let anybody come into your life at school. You know they're terrible. You know they got you in trouble, get you in fights. You know you don't think like that. You know your parents don't have you to behave like that. You know you know better. Like my mom said, you know better. But yet you open your life up and you let them in, but you close the door to a room that you probably won't be in that room when you're 20, 30 years old. But your life you're going to have with you until you leave this earth. So are you looking at your value correctly? Because you are the value. You don't think you have any value? Well, I beg to differ. You have a lot of value. You have a lot to offer. And I don't care what it's looking like right now. You may go to a school that's not so great. You're not going to be there forever. You may go to a school where it is a nice school. You're not going to be there forever. You are not going to stay in the places that you are. You are valuable, young lady, and you need to see that. I would tell my daughters, when my daughters were younger, and they would just do the same thing. They would just, well, Mom, I want friends. You know, my oldest daughter, you know, she would like, Mommy, I really want friends. I would like to have friends, like I see this and that and the other person has all these friends and stuff like that. And there's nothing wrong with wanting a friendship. If it's a real friendship, honey. I've had real girlfriend friendships growing up. I know how it feels. It's not, you actually have a love for each other as a human being. And I'm not talking about anything that's perverted or anything, nothing to do with anything, nothing, that didn't even cross our minds. You know, when I was growing up, you can walk down the street and you can hold your best friend's hand and nobody thought anything, and it wasn't anything. They would just, people would look at you and say, oh, look at that, that's so cute. They're best friends. That's all you thought. That's all you would think. But to have a friendship is having something where that person has your best at heart. They're not just mouthing it. They really like you. You know what I'm saying? They really get you. Like the best friends that I had when I was growing up, we really liked each other. You know what I'm saying? We would share everything. Like if we got something new, we got a little thing of bubble gum or whatever, you know, we really liked each other. Everybody doesn't like you, honey. I'm sorry. Listen to Mom. Listen to Dad. They're trying to protect your heart. Everybody doesn't like you. That doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It just means that maybe this person, for whatever reason, who knows? But whatever their reason, are you going to keep allowing that into your life? Sometimes you need to cut your losses as a young person and say, you know what, I tried. Now let me just move on past this. And maybe down the line I'll find a person that's really my friend. And if it takes a little while, then it takes a little while. But at least you're not going through drama. Some people you have to cut off. Some people you have to keep away. Because they don't even know that they're toxic. They think they're normal. They think drama is normal. They think fighting is normal. They think fighting over boys is normal behavior. And that's not normal. Because you cannot control another person's will. You can't control it by fighting. You're not going to control it by giving your body to them. You're not going to control it by giving them money. You're not going to control other people. Because you don't have their brain. They have their own mind. And they can decide what they do. And if they decide they're not going to like you, if they decide that they're going to mistreat you, they're going to abuse you, they're going to misuse you, you can't control that. The only thing you could do is keep yourself from being in their line of fire. I would tell my daughter when they were growing up, I would say, you know, you wouldn't, if you were driving your car, and they've had cars at different times growing up, you wouldn't take your car and just ride down the street and pick up anybody that you see walking down the street. You wouldn't do that. You see a hitchhiker, you see a person, you know, you don't know who he is, you see another lady, she's on across the street. You wouldn't just pull up next to them, open the door to your car and say, okay, get in. Come on in here. Get in this car. Where are you going? You wouldn't do that. Why? You would think, man, that's stupid. That person could be a killer. or they could take my car, they could mug me, and not only that, I just don't want strange people in my car. But you want strange people in your life? People you haven't seen what kind of fruit they're bringing to the table. You haven't seen their life behind the scenes. So you don't really know what kind of person they are until you've seen their life behind the scenes. So if you could take a video camera and stick it on them and they wouldn't know it, and you could constantly see how they talk to people, how they react to people, how they talk to their parents, how they treat people who they don't need in their lives or they feel they don't need, how they behave. If you could see all that, now you could say, okay, this person, man, this person really not a good person. I don't act like that. I don't like to see people treated like that. You know what? I don't think this person's good for my life. You're not saying you're better. You're saying y'all not a good fit. This person is not a good fit for a friendship. Well, we don't have that. We can see into people's life. So you have to take your time and get to know a person and see, are they really that kind of person that you're thinking that they are. And if they've shown you, look, I look nice on the outside, if this person is telling you, you could see, okay, man, my friend, she's beautiful, she looks great. I mean, I admire her, she's this, she's that, she's the other. But, man, she's a bully. She picks on innocent people. I mean, her mouth is just constantly full of profanity. She has the nicest shoes. I mean, to be with her gives me some kind of status. I don't feel like I'm unseen. But she's just not the kind of person that I really like. You know, I can't connect with her. Then that's not a person you need to be with. You don't need status. You're status by yourself. When you walk into a room, guess what? You just walked in that room. You. When you do something, anything, you just done it. Congratulations. You are valuable. You're in the human race. You're on this earth. You were born here. You're here for a reason. So stop thinking that you add nothing. You add nothing. That's not true. You add a lot. You're here. Be positive here. Do something worth doing. When you come around, let people feel that, you know, man, that I just like when she's around. You know, and if there's people around and you just can't be around them because they just don't like you, or they're a bully or what, then don't be around them. Stop going around people who don't like you. They're not going to stop. They're not going to change. They're not going to all of a sudden get this epiphany and like you. They've shown you they don't like you. So get it. You know, I love what Maya Angelou says when she says, when a person shows you who they are, believe them. Can people make mistakes? Yes. I'm not just dogging on people. Well, you know, it's just people can. It takes time for people sometimes to warm up to you, get to know you, get to like you. But now, if this person have shown you, look, you know, I'm just an awful person, or they just don't like you, so okay, it's okay, it's okay. You know what I say? If somebody doesn't like me, it's okay. You don't like me, okay. You didn't create me. That is cool with me. You know, I'm fine. You don't have to like me. We're all right. I'm not gonna hate you. I'm not gonna this. Now, I'm not gonna be around you, because you don't have to be ridiculously stupid. You know. But if you don't like me, I'm not gonna hold that against you. I don't think you're a terrible person because you don't like me. I'm not the person for your life. We can settle that. Now let's move on. We got things to get done. So I wanted to take some time today to talk to the young ladies and about not hurrying in life, taking your time again, taking your time with these guys. You don't have to have a guy on your arm to have some kind of value or some kind of status. What status? What status? What is it doing? Young ladies who feel like you got to go out and do things for a guy that's unseemly, that later on will come back to bite you. When you really do meet a great guy and you really are matured and turned into this young woman and your mindset is so changed now, and now you're like, wow, I'm so scared for this guy to know that, I did this, that, and the other. I want to challenge you guys to think about your future in your present. Think about your future in your present. If somebody demands that you do something immoral to them, to be your friend, or to be your boyfriend, or to be a buddy, or just so you can go out and not be bored at home and have something to do, and they want you to do all these things that are immoral or whatever, I want you to think about that. Because it's your decision. It's a decision that you're making. And you can decide to say, you know what? No. I'm not going to hurry. I'm going to have some friends eventually. I'm going to have people come into my life eventually that I can trust. I can trust that's going to take me to the right spot, down the right path. Not something that when I wake up the next morning, I feel awful. I feel like, how could I do something like that? I feel like, if you feel like my parents taught me better than that. My grandma taught me better than that. I want you to think about what you're doing. Think about what you're doing. You are responsible for this body. And the scripture says, don't you know that your body is a temple? Your body is a church. Your body is a place where the Holy Spirit lives. Your spirit, the Holy Spirit. Your body is precious. Precious, precious, precious. It's more than just beautiful, look nice and clothed in jeans and in Jordans and all that stuff. It's more than just that. That's nice. There's nothing wrong with that. But there are different levels to you, young lady. Please think about the decisions you're making, okay? With my last couple of minutes, I want to say, please think about the decisions that you're making right now. Because later on in life, you may think, man, I wish I had did something just a little different, when it's in your control to do. I'm talking about what's in your control, because there are some things that are in your control. There are some decisions that you can make. He may be a cute guy, but guess what? There'll be other cute guys. He's not the last cute guy on the face of the earth. And it may hurt. Get over that hurt. Feel it. Embrace it. Hey, I'm hurting. Get over it. You get over it. But don't do something that's going to have a long-term consequence just for a temporary fix. You guys are going to be out of middle school. You're going to be out of high school, college. No matter where you go, you're going to take you. That guy is going to be gone, but you are going to be with you all your life. Okay? So I hope I made sense to you on this video. I was, really trying my best to get you to see past where you are right now, and to know that where you are right now is not where you're going to stay. I don't care, you could be in the worst place or whatever. It's not where you're going to stay. And I got just a couple more minutes, and I want to say, when I was growing up, young lady, we moved from I love this about my mom because she was very adventurous. Like, she would just pick up and we would go. Like, okay, she wants to go to New Orleans, we go to New Orleans. She wants to go to Ohio, we go to Ohio. North Carolina, she would just pick up and we would go. I really loved that about her. It gave me a different perspective on some things. But some of the places that we stayed weren't the greatest places. When you have a lot of children and sometimes you're by yourself, the places you can afford to stay aren't that wonderful. And sometimes we were in a project. And some of my friends, you know, people that have known me, they were like, I can't believe that. You don't ever seem like you would have been in a housing project. But we were. And, you know, but just because you were there doesn't mean that has to be in you. See, that's just a building. They can take a bulldozer and knock that stuff down in a day. That's not you. You won't stay in there while they knock the building down. You are the value. And when we would move around, and sometimes, you know, my mom, she had to find a place for her and her children, and she did the best she could, and that's what she could afford. You know, and it may not have been all the time, but sometimes it happened. But even in those experiences, I learned what I didn't want. Learn from where you are. If you don't like where you are right now, you know, don't go the negative way. Take it to the positive and say, you know what? I don't want this when I grow up. Don't throw the people out. Now, some people grow up and they do better, and they throw away everybody that they love, everybody that loved them and helped them get where they are. They totally forget. Don't do that either. But just say, look, I want to do better. And then if you can help Grandma do better, she spent all that time loving you and sacrificing for you, school clothes and food and everything else. Please don't forget about Grandma when you make it, and just leave her somewhere to rot and act like you don't know her. And this lady was the first person that your eyes seen when you opened. You couldn't even pronounce your name, and this person took care of you, and you would disrespect her like that? You would disrespect your mom like that? Talk to your mother any kind of way? When you were knee-high to a butterfly, they say, you didn't even know how to cross a street. And you would disrespect your mom and disrespect your dad like that. Now, you know, you're too this for them. You're too that. Don't be that person. Go to school, sure. Be intelligent. You are intelligent. You know, being intelligent has nothing to do with being uppity. Being intelligent has nothing to do with disliking the people in your family. If your friends can accept the people who loved you and raised you and gave you to them as a friend, then I question what kind of friendship you really have. Because you are who you are because of those people. You came through that generations. You came through that lineage. So why would you look in the mirror and hate who you are because somebody else? Are they hating who they are because of you? Why do you have to hate who you are because of them? So I don't want this video to be super long. I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit tonight to the young ladies. I've made a video specifically for the young men. But young lady, don't hurry. Take your time. Don't hurry. Okay? It's coming. The love is coming. The boyfriend is coming. The fiance is coming. You know, when you're ready for children. But take your time. Go through those stages. And love yourself. Do the best you can at whatever stage you're at, okay? Alright, well, this is Miss Angie, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be trying to post something else coming up next week. I wanted to give you guys if you have questions or you have comments, I wanted to give you an address for me, an address that I made, an email. So if you have a question you'd like me to talk specifically about a question, you can contact me at AngieMelissa21@gmail.com. That's AngieMelissa21@gmail.com. Hope to talk to you soon, okay? Hey, I'm believing the best for you. If nobody else has told you that, I'm telling you today, man, you're amazing. You are so valuable. I can't wait to meet you one day, and I'm just going to rejoice with how amazing of a person that you have become in this life, okay? So I'll talk to you soon, all right? Bye-bye.